Digital Now Center. This is Beyond the Forecast with your most accurate local meteorologists.
Well, and we say good morning, everybody. It is great to be with all of you here on a Monday. And yes, we're back here after the Super Bowl. Some of you might be sleeping in a little bit this morning. We have some delays because of the Arctic weather. Some of you may think, well, I'm not going to work today because of the Super Bowl. It is great to be with you, though. I worked Saturday night ahead of the Super Bowl, and boy, we saw that cold air barrel in here, didn't we? And the winds Saturday were very impressive, too. Yesterday, the winds backed off slightly, but it was still pretty frigid. So let's get into things, and we start in Lidditz. We can see it's a beautiful morning out there in terms of the sunlight, but it is still frigid, so we're going to start this week with frigid temperatures. A milder week overall. We're actually going to sit most afternoons above the freezing mark this week, and pretty dry and quiet, too. We're not tracking many storms, at least not yet. Look at the wintry landscape here in Waynesboro and the sun coming up. It just looks so brilliant. We just haven't had a winter in a while where the snow has been able to stick around as long as this snow. We're coming up here on about a month since the big storm, and it just looks beautiful against the blue sky, the cold air locking it in. And we are cold again this morning. York was as cold as 5 below just an hour ago, now sitting at 1 degree, 7 in Lancaster, 6 in Lebanon, 8 in Harrisburg, plenty of sub-zero readings across the state, including a 22 below zero reading in Warren County. Pretty impressive air. This is showing you clear skies, high pressure sitting right over top of us. Really good radiational cooling, too, because we don't have a lot of wind this morning. It's fairly quiet in that department. Now, a few clouds may work their way in by this afternoon, but a high of 29 is certainly better than a high of 19, which is where we were yesterday. And I think the sun is going to win out most of the day. But tonight, clouds will increase. Temperatures dip into the teens, but overall, I expect it to be fairly quiet here this week. Now, the one bugaboo in the forecast comes tomorrow evening. This is a front right here. I'll draw it for you on the map. That is showing you across Bismarck and northern Minnesota some precipitation, but it doesn't have a lot of energy with it. It is going to dive to the south tomorrow, and it could have an impact here by Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. Harrisburg's the coldest spot on the map. Look at this place. I mean, that's how you know it's cold in the Northeast. Harrisburg is rarely the coldest spot on the map, but look at the temperatures moderating here in St. Paul, Chicago, St. Louis. Bismarck is near 40 degrees this morning. We are colder than Bismarck, North Dakota. That also doesn't happen too often. So we will get moderating temperatures later today. In fact, PrecisionCast thinks we can hit 30. We might with the sunshine. Back into the teens tonight. Probably some of us staying in the 20s, too, especially with the clouds rolling in. And then looking ahead, this is going to be interesting, but I suspect a little bit of an easterly breeze tomorrow or a southeasterly breeze keeps areas east of the river in the 30s. Now, still, that's warmer than we have been, but if you look at this dividing line, a little bit of flow like this could make our western tier areas be in the 40s tomorrow. That would be a win if you want some melting to occur. Today, again, some afternoon clouds will roll in. Nothing significant. I think the real cloudiness waits until tonight. I think tomorrow's going to be a mostly cloudy day. Not a lot of sunshine breaking through, and then here comes the front, but you'll notice how weak it is. I would say maybe 30 drops with this front as it pushes through. This would be Tuesday night. You can see where the line is here. And then after that, we dry back out. Wednesday looks kind of cloudy, but it should be just as mild in the upper 30s. We just don't see any big storms in the forecast. We'll get to the weekend in just a bit. Breezy conditions, not really. I think today and tomorrow, the breeze kind of stays away. Wednesday, behind the actual front, we start to see the winds pick up. So heads up if trash day in your neighborhood is Wednesday. It's going to be a breezy one again, and I say that because that's my trash day. Evening planner, mostly cloudy tonight. Temperatures in the 20s, so not quite as frigid. You still need the winter coat. It is a battle with my son every single day to put on his coat. Sometimes I wonder about his brains, but yes, you still need the coat, even the rest of the week. We're not talking about spring-like temperatures, people, but we are talking about temperatures above freezing, so it's going to feel much, much better. Notice what we have here. There goes the front. We are going to get cooler again Thursday and Friday, just a little bit. Now, here comes a storm on Sunday. The question is this real or not? Well, I'm not ready to bite on this yet. A, if it is, we get some rain out of it. I think it's going to be too cold to snow. But B, not all the models agree on this, and I'm going to show you why that is. Let's pull up the GFS model here. what we just showed you there was the Euro. I like to use that for our long-range stuff. This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and here's Sunday. And you'll notice on Sunday the majority of the moisture stays south of us. And that has seemingly been the trend. So let me back it up here again. Here we are. Now, this, if this is the case, maybe we get a little light snow on the northern edge of this storm rather than having it pushed to the north and we get all rain. But the solutions, A, don't favor any big wintry weather here over the weekend, and B, the solutions have been to keep the majority of the moisture south. So I'm not ready to bite on anything just yet. I think we have to see more evidence that something is actually going to happen, especially given that, we've had a very dry pattern, and that does not seem to be leaving us anytime soon. So until I see more, I'm going to leave the weekend dry for now, but know that a storm could have some impact here. It's one that we will be watching. So notice we do get a little nudge in our high temperatures on Tuesday. The Arctic air retreats. Now, if you look at Thursday and Friday, this looks somewhat deceiving because it does look like we get a push of colder air, and we do, but it's not significantly colder. So I suspect the temperatures will be above freezing each and every day, even through the upcoming weekend. And then by next week, look at this. We almost get a nice ridge building in here, and that means temperatures could get into the 40s as we move into next week. And you can see that with our 10-day temperature trend here. Again, look at the next 7 days. I mean, mid to upper 30s, kind of 37, 38 seems to be where we will be living during the day. Yes, it is still below normal. So let's get that out of the way. I do not see above normal temperatures, but it is not going to be below freezing. We're going to be living right on the edge of normal. It looks much more seasonable than it has, and there's even some signs that next week we could get even warmer. It does make sense as the calendar starts to become more in our favor of heading towards spring. Give me a like or a follow on my Facebook page. We've got over 20,000 of you on there, and I so appreciate it. It helps us to continue to do what we do. Meteorologist Brett Thackara. You can find me on Twitter at BrettThackABC27, and on Instagram, too. We do a coffee talk on there every morning. Join me. Follow along. You're not going to be disappointed with the weather info you get from here. 29 degrees today. Better, still below freezing. I think the real warm-up starts tomorrow and Wednesday when we get up into the upper 30s. Again, maybe a sprinkle Tuesday evening, Tuesday overnight. That's it. The rest of the week looks dry, and even some really nice weather Friday and Saturday as we move into Valentine's Day. It does look very nice. Sunday is a question mark, but I'm not ready to bite on anything major yet. As I said, you've got to be very careful with that, especially this early in the game. So we'll let you know about Sunday, whether we expect some rain or not. But right now we'll just say mostly cloudy. Let's wait and see if there's a better signal for a storm down the road. In the meantime, enjoy a milder, after this morning, a milder and mainly dry week ahead. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. For Beyond the Forecast, I'm meteorologist Brett Thackara.